The global traveling market is changing. Travelers don't want another fancy beach resort or the same Marriott, the same Ritz-Carlton hotel. They want something different. They want to find meaning in where they stay. They don't want marble. They don't want the luxury that we used to see before. They want to cut out the excess and they want to start to see the edge. That's where Mexican hospitality has nailed over years. The Mexico cultural richness has untapped emotional depth that you can leverage. And learning from what Mexican restaurants and hotels have been doing for years is something that you can implement into your own business, either if it's a restaurant in California, a small hotel in New York, or whatever are you. You can learn so many things about Mexican hospitality and the way it's been implemented, especially in luxury hotels now in Mexico, is something we can learn a lot. I'm Jose Pablo, the founder of ATLA branding agency. I have been working with a lot of brands over the last 2 years with this agency, had an agency before, but now I'm focusing a lot in the brands I build and making sure that every single brand that we do really resonates with people and that people find meaning when I do it. I made this framework for you to make an unforgettable brand with an amazing experience. So that is deep in culture, in history, and not just deep for your customers, but really to make a difference when you're building your brand. So what is the Mexican luxury hospitality I'm talking about? It is a fusion of world-class excellence with cultural soul. Hospitality is rooted in 3 main things: warmth, identity, and ritual. Hospitality that makes you feel something. It's not just make you impressed by value or being impressed by the architecture of the place, being impressed by the room, but it is really about making you feel something. And we are seeing a very important transition of how these things are being done. So we are going from luxury to cold perfection. The Mexican luxury really means emotional warmth, cultural depth, and the global level execution. What are those distinctive traits of Mexican luxury? The first one is service with soul. Every single server, every single concierge staff, whoever's come at the hotel or the restaurant, they are really trying to make your day better. They are there to impress you. They are there because they want you to have the best time possible. That comes from Mexican culture, but it's something you can teach. That's something that your staff is able to learn and then able to execute. Design that tells a story. And then the gastronomy as a cultural celebration. Every single breakfast, lunch, dinner, it's a celebration of itself. You have to embed the food moment, dinner moment is very important. It is a moment to celebrate. It is a moment where people are discussing important things, they are celebrating, they are having a great time. And if you have a restaurant, if you have a hotel, you have to be super respectful of that time and you have to embrace it. You have to make sure people are having a great moment over there because that's the experience they are going to remember the most. And then the experiences that feel personal and poetic. Every single touch point, every single experience, your customers, your clients, every single experience that your customers go around, they need to feel personal and poetic. They need to feel they were designed for them. They were thought for them. Everything is around them and you need to make sure that you are doing that. So there are 5 pillars to define Mexican luxury hospitality. The first one is the human warmth with precision. It is just not being nice, but it is really being in touch with other people, being precise about it. The second one is how we are reimagining architecture. They have to feel that it's coming from something else and then now put it into restaurants, hotels, etc. Then you have to think about the culinary identity as a storytelling. Then you need immersive rituals, the spa, the welcomes, the goodbyes, and not only think about them as extra services, you can make money out of them, but it is really how every single moment becomes part of your brand, how you welcome them, how you say goodbye to them, how you notify them that there is something happening in the hotel, how do you notify them they are there to clean your room. Every single of those touch points, every single of those interactions are crucial of how you build your brand. And lastly, the cultural integration at every touch point. Every single touch point means something else. It is part of something else. It is part of the brand. It is part of the country. It is part of the culture. You have to think of every single thing you do to be part of the brand. So how does that even work? You have to find ideas and you have to execute your brand in a way that your customers feel seen. They feel that after they were in your hotel, they learned something. They felt like home, but better. and making sure that their experience over there was unforgettable. And this is a transition that we are seeing. From international luxury is falling off, and where is Mexican hospitality taking off? So we are going from the polished and formal into the warm and elegant. From uniform and global into rooted and local. Then we are going from impressive spaces into intimate spaces. Why does this matter right now? Because travelers want authenticity plus excellence. Mexico has a heritage, talent, and soul, and very few brands have mastered fusion of that. And I have to be clear about this. This is not about like, hey, now I'm going to make a Mexican restaurant in LA, or I'm going to put a Mexican hotel in Alabama or whatever, Canada. It is about learning how this culture, the Mexican culture, is rooted in hospitality, and how can you implement those things into your business? How can you teach your team, train your team into doing things that are out of the normal? Of course, we seen a lot in the book on reasonable hospitality, and we learn a lot about that. We can see a lot of that there. That is how you teach it, how you make every single moment different and special. So if you're interested in building a Mexican luxury hospitality brand or thinking about rebranding, check out our link in the description so you can join our free newsletter that I send every single week with the best strategies to do it.